Hello, ladies and gentlemen, children of God. Welcome to yet another day. This is day 55 of our Bible reading journey. We are calling it on TikTok the Bible Reading Challenge. It's a resolve to read through the Bible in 365 days. And on YouTube, we are also continuing from where we stopped some years back. This should be episode 88. Yesterday, I erroneously said that we were on episode 86. No, it was episode 87. This is now episode 88. And so we are continuing. We started the book of Numbers yesterday. And one of the things we noted was that this book is divided into three segments. And the first segment is the numbering or the census, the first census. There were two censuses that were done, or counting of people that were done in the wilderness by Moses. And we have already done the first one. And we discovered that the first chapter tells us about generally the census, how it was, the number of people. And we also noted that not everybody was counted. What Moses was counting was people or men, actually, not everybody, not women and children, not old men. He was counting strong able men that were from the age of 20 and above who could go to war. Okay, so even if the census was being done, the census was not counting every Tom, Dick, and Harry. No, it was for only the strong men. And even if you are 20 years and above, I believe, or this I assume, even if you are 20 years and above and you could not go to war, maybe because you are disabled, maybe because you are sickly or something like that, you are also not counted. But that is my assumption, because what we see repeated over and over again is that of men who could go forth to war. Okay, so that makes me assume that maybe there were men that were there, but they could not go to war because maybe they were sickly, maybe they were disabled or handicapped or sick, and they were not counted. Also, children below the age of 20 were not counted. Women were not counted. Old men that could not hold a spear and a sword and a shield could not also be counted. So that is what we are talking about. Then chapter number 2 tells us how they were arranged around the tabernacle of congregation. The east side, we saw the east side being led by Judah, and then he has other two tribes under him. Then on the south side we have Reuben, and he has other two tribes under him. Then on the west side we had Ephraim, who had other two tribes under him. And then on the north side we had Dan, who had some two other tribes under him, and that is how they also followed each other. Judah would lead, Reuben would follow, then in between they would put the Ark of the Covenant when they were moving. This is when they are moving. When they are moving, Judah would lead, then and the two tribes under him, then Reuben would follow and the two tribes under him. Then after that we would have the tabernacle or the tribe of Levi that was never counted, okay? But they would be there because they were carrying the Ark of the Covenant and the tabernacle and everything that concerns the tabernacle. Then after that, Ephraim and the two tribes are under him. Then after that, the Dan would be at the end, would follow at the back. That is how they moved, and you did not break that protocol. And then Dan was the last one, and the tribes under him, the two tribes under him, okay? I also promised that I will get the emblems, the flags of the different tribes of Israel. All the 12 had, each family or each tribe had a flag of their own. And I have put it here. You can see it here. You can see all the 12 tribes, and the flags that they bore. And then I also promised that I will get the symbols, the flag that used to be like now, as we have seen, we have like 4 camps. the camp of Judah with two other tribes, the camp of Reuben with two other tribes, the camp of Ephraim with two other tribes, and the camp of Dan with two other tribes. And they had an Abram also for that camp. And although I've not gotten the flags themselves, or the banners themselves, or what are being called in this King James version the standards. Even if I've not gotten the standards themselves, I have something on my notes that tells me that the tribe of Judah and the two tribes under him were represented by a lion. Then the Reuben camp was represented by a man or a turbulent river, a turbulent river. Then Ephraim was represented by an ox. And then Dan was represented by an eagle. Okay? An eagle represented the camp of Dan. Having paid my debt for last episode, we can now continue reading. Today we'll be reading Numbers number 3 and Numbers chapter number 4. Numbers chapter number 3 and Numbers chapter number 4. And as always, the disclaimer still stands. This may not be a short video. As I said, they go from 20 minutes to a little bit. I don't think we have ever crossed 45 minutes, but it's, let's say, from 20 minutes to 45 minutes. And the Lord helps us. And then this is not also for entertainment. If you are looking for something entertaining, you can keep scrolling. But if you are looking for, you have a resolve to read through the Bible, you would want to read through the Bible, this is your place, and I am your companion. I am here to accompany somebody that wants to read through the Bible, and they have been feeling it's hard, it's tough, I don't know how to do it. I wish I could get help. This is the help you have been waiting for. So let's read on. Numbers chapter number 3 and verse 1. The Bible says, "These also are the generations of Aaron and Moses in the day that the Lord spake with Moses in Mount Sinai. And these are the names of the sons of Aaron, Nadab, the firstborn, and Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar. These are the names of the sons of Aaron, the priests which were anointed, whom he consecrated to minister in the priest's office. And Nadab and Abihu died before the Lord when they offered strange fire before the Lord in the wilderness of Sinai, and they had no children. And Eleazar and Ithamar ministered in the priest's office in the sight of Aaron and Aaron their father." Now, that is a story we read. For those who have missed, if this is your first time seeing this, we have been on this journey, and so we have heard how Nadab and Abihu died before the Lord when they offered strange fire, okay? And they had no children when they were dying, so only Eleazar and Ithamar were left of the children of Aaron. Verse number 5 says, "And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Bring the tribe of Levi near," or Levi. I told you how you pronounce these words depends on where you went to school. So if I'm not pronouncing them as you would pronounce them, let's just move on, okay? So verse number 6 says, "Bring the tribe of Levi or Levi near and present them before Aaron the priest, that they may minister unto him. And they shall keep his charge and the charge of the whole congregation before the tabernacle of the congregation to do the service of the tabernacle. And they shall keep all the instruments of the tabernacle of the congregation and the charge of the children of Israel to do the service of the tabernacle. And thou shalt give the Levites unto Aaron and to his sons. They are wholly given unto him out of the children of Israel. And thou shalt appoint Aaron and his sons, and they shall wait on their priest's office, and the stranger that cometh nigh shall be put to death." Now, at first only Aaron and his sons were set apart, but we see that in the whole plan of God, it was that the whole tribe of Levi or Levi, from where Aaron came from, we are supposed to be set apart to be the ones that will be manning and managing, the affairs of the tabernacle. So even if Aaron and his two sons were at the forefront, were the leaders of this charge, the whole other tribe of Levi was supposed to help them in this. Okay, verse number 11. "And there is a repetition of this, that a stranger should not come near, And a stranger meant even any other person who is not of the tribe of Levi, they were not supposed to go and try minister in the tabernacle. That meant a stranger means anybody that is not of that tribe. Okay. And also, by a larger extent, it also means, Gentiles, people that come to visit, people that are not Israelites. Okay, verse number 11 says, And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, And I, behold, I have taken the Levites from among the children of Israel, instead of all the firstborn that openeth the matrix among the children of Israel. Therefore the Levites shall be mine, because all the firstborns are mine. For on the day that I smote all the firstborns of the land of Egypt, I hallowed unto me all the firstborn in Israel, both man and beast, mine shall they be. I am the Lord. And the Lord spake unto Moses in the wilderness of Sinai, saying, Number the children of Levi after the house of their fathers, by their families, every male from a month old and upward shalt thou number them. And Moses numbered them according to the word of the Lord, as he was commanded. And these were the sons of Levi by their names, Gershon and Kohath and Merari. And these are the names of the sons of Gershon by their families, Libni and Shimei. And the sons of Kohath by their families, Amram and Izahar, Hebron and Uzziel. And the sons of Merari by their families, that is Mahli and Mushi. These are the families of the Levites according to the house of their fathers. Of Gershon was the family of Libnites, and the family of the Shemites. These are the families of the Gershonites. Those that were numbered of them according to the number of all the males from a month old upward, even those that were numbered of them were 7,500. And the families, that is 23, verse 23 says, The families of Gershon, of the Gershonites shall pitch behind the tabernacle westward, and the chief of the house of the father of the Gershonites shall be Eliasaph, the son of Lael. Verse 25 says, And the charge of the sons of Gershon in the tabernacle of the congregation shall be the tabernacle and the tent and the covering thereof, and the hanging of the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and the hangings of the court, and the curtains of the door of the court, which is the tabernacle, and by the outer round about, and the cords of it for all the service thereof. So we see now that the families of the Levites were also given service. So it was not that you could serve anywhere you want. So like the Gershonites here, we see they are being told that their works is the curtains. The curtains are their job. Okay, verse 27, verse 27 of Kohath was the family of the Amramites, and the family of Izaharites, and the family of Hebronites, and the family of Uzzielites. These are the families of the Kohathites. 28 says, In the number of all the males from a month old and upward were 8,600, keeping the charge of the sanctuary. The families of the sons of Kohath shall pitch on the side of the tabernacle southward, and the chief of the house of the father of the families of the Kohathites shall be Elizaphan, the son of Uzziel. And their charge shall be the ark, and the table, and the candlestick, and the altars, and the vessels of the sanctuary wherewith they minister, and the hanging, and all the service thereof. And Eleazar, the son of Aaron the priest, shall be chief over the chief of the Levites, and have the oversight over them that keep the charge in the sanctuary. Now we see this is another family that was given charge over. Now the others were given charge over curtains and all the drapings of the tabernacle. These ones were given of the hardware, all the vessels that were there in the tabernacle. Verse 33 says, of Merari was the family of the Mahlites and the family of the Mushites. These are the families of Merari, and those that were numbered of them according to the number of all the males from a month old and upward were 6,200. And the chief of the house of the father of the families of Merari was Zuriel, the son of Abihail. These shall pitch on the side of the tabernacle northward, and under the custody and charge of the sons of Merari shall be the boards of the tabernacle, and the bars thereof, and the pillars thereof, and the sockets thereof, and all the vessels thereof, and all that serve thereto, and the pillars of the court round about, and their sockets, and their pins, and their cords. Now, this is another family that was given charge over the boards. The former family was given, it's like they were given the Holy of Holies. Then this one were given the holy place, to take care of it. Then verse 38 says, but those that encamp before the tabernacle towards the east, even before the tabernacle of the congregation eastward, shall be Moses and Aaron and his sons, keeping the charge of the sanctuary for the charge of the children of Israel, and the stranger that cometh nigh shall be put to death. All that were numbered of the Levites, which Moses and Aaron numbered of the at the commandment of the Lord throughout their families, all the males from a month old and upward were 22,000. So there was how every time when they settled, there was how it was supposed to look. Every time the entrance to the tabernacle was supposed to be on the east side, and on that side only Moses and Aaron were supposed to be staying there, and their sons and their families, and then the tribe of Judah, as we said, was also supposed to be on the east, but they were supposed to be far away a little bit from the tabernacle. I think we have understood that one. Verse 40 of this chapter says, and the Lord said unto Moses, number all the firstborn of the males of the children of Israel from a month old and upward, and take the number of their names, and thou shalt take the Levites for me. I am the Lord, instead of all the firstborns among the children of Israel, and the cattle of the Levites instead of all the firstlings among the cattle of the children of Israel. And Moses numbered, as the Lord commanded him, all the firstborn among the children of Israel, and all the firstborn males by the number of names from a month old and upward. Of those that were numbered of them were 22,213. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, take the Levites instead of all the firstborn among the children of Israel, and the cattle of the Levites instead of their cattle, and the Levites shall be mine. I am the Lord. And for those that are to be redeemed, of the 213 of the firstborn of the children of Israel, which are more than the Levites, those shalt even take 5 shekels apiece by the pole. After the shekel of the sanctuary shalt thou take them. The shekel is 20 gerahs, and thou shalt give the money wherewith the odd number of them is to be redeemed unto Aaron and to his sons. Verse 49, and Moses took the redemption money of them that were over and above them that were redeemed by the Levites of the firstborns of the children of Israel, took he the money 1,365 shekels after the shekel of the sanctuary. And Moses gave the money of them that were redeemed. This is verse 51, which is the last verse of Numbers chapter number 3. And Moses gave the money of them that were redeemed unto Aaron and to and to his sons according to the word of the Lord, as the Lord had commanded Moses. Now, the principle of substitution comes here again. We see it again here, that now the tribe of Levi has substituted every firstborn in the land of Israel, or in the nation of Israel. However, because all the firstborns, when they were counted, they were more than all the Levites when they were counted, the number that was above, the number of Levites minus the number of firstborns, the number that remained, Israelites had to redeem them using money. And that is the money that the Bible is saying that now Moses gave that money to Aaron and to his children. Okay? So even the animals of the Levites were used as a replacement, or a substitute for all the firstborn animals of the children of Israel, because God is doing maths. He's making sure that he's actually protecting the children of Israel from sinning against him. We see, one thing about the Bible that people do not understand, it is not like many other religions. Many other religions are man's effort towards reaching God. Man's effort. It's man trying, man doing everything he can to reach God. But the Bible is actually a book of God's effort towards reaching man. And this started happening when God saw that the children of Israel were stiff-necked, and they kept sinning against him. And so he started creating ways for them to redeem themselves so that he will not destroy them. You understand? This is how good God is. Actually, all what we are reading shows us how good God is. Okay? Because he's like now in this issue of firstborn, he knows that some people will not be able to give their sons, their firstborns, to God. And so he has decided that now the whole tribe of Levi is his, and they will be the firstborns. They will be the firstborns. They will substitute every firstborn in the land of Israel. So even if you never gave your child as a firstborn, now you are covered. God is not going to fight against you because you did not keep the commandment. He keeps making it easier and easier and easier for them, to have a relationship with him. Numbers chapter number 4. Verse 1, the Bible says, "And the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, Take the sum of the sons of Kohath from among the sons of Levi, or Levi, after their families, by the house of their fathers, from 30 years old and upward, even until 50 years old. All that enter into the host to do the work of the tabernacle of the congregation, they shall be the service of the sons of Kohath in the tabernacle of the congregation about the most holy place, the most holy thing. And when the camp setteth forward, Aaron shall come and his sons, and they shall take down the covering veil and cover the ark of the testimony with it, and shall put thereon the covering of the binger's skin, and shall spread over it a cloth wholly of blue, and shall put in the staves thereof. And upon the table of shewbread they shall spread a cloth of blue, and put thereon the dishes and the spoons and the bowls, and covers to cover withal, and the continual bread shall be thereon. And they shall spread upon them a cloth of scarlet, and cover the same with a covering of binger's skin, and shall put in the staves thereon. Verse 9 says, And they shall take a cloth of blue, and cover the candlestick of their light, and his lamps, and his tongs, and his snuff dishes, and all the oil vessels thereof, wherewith they minister unto it. And they shall put it in all the vessels thereof within a covering of a binger's skin, and shall put it upon a bar, and upon the golden a golden altar. They shall spread a cloth of blue and cover it with a covering of bunches skin, and shall put on the staves thereon. And they shall take all the instruments of ministry wherewith they minister in the sanctuary, and put them in a cloth of blue, and cover them with a covering of bunches skin, and shall put them on a bar. And they shall take away the ashes from the altar, and spread a purple cloth thereon. And they shall put upon it all the vessels thereof, wherewith they minister about, even the censers, and the flesh hooks, and the shovels, and the basins, and all the vessels of the altar. And they shall spread upon it a covering of a bunches skin, and put to the staves of 8. And when verse 15 says, and when Aaron and his sons have made end to the covering of the sanctuary and all the vessels of the sanctuary, and the camp is to set forward, after that the sons of Kohath shall come to bear it, but they shall not touch any holy thing, lest they die. These things shall be the burden of the sons of Kohath in the tabernacle of the congregation. Now, this is how they will be moving. As I told you, the children of Israel were moving from one place to another, but for now, as I said yesterday, they have not moved for a very long time, but now they are being prepared of how they will be moving and how to move the tabernacle. Everything was to be covered, and then the sons of Kohath were the ones that were supposed to carry all this, okay? They're the ones that were supposed to carry all this. Where were we? Looks like, verse 21. Is it verse 21? Okay, let's start from verse 16. And to the office of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the priest, pertaineth the oil of the light, and the sweet incense, and the daily meat. And the daily meat offering, and the anointing oil, and the oversight of all the tabernacle, and of all that therein is, and the sanctuary, and the vessels thereof. And the Lord spake unto Moses, Moses and unto Aaron, saying, Cut ye not of the tribe of the families of the Kohathite from among the Levites, but thus do unto them, that they may live and not die when they approach unto the most holy things. Aaron and his sons shall go in and appoint them, every one to his service and to his burden, but they shall not go in to see the holy things are covered, lest they die. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Take also the sum of the sons of Gershon throughout the house of their fathers, by their families, from 30 years old and upward until 50 years old shalt thou number them, all that enter in to perform the service, to do the work in the tabernacle of the congregation. This is the service of the families of the Gershonites, to serve for burdens. And they shall bear the curtains of the tabernacle, and the tabernacle of the congregation, his covering, and the covering of the bunches skin that is upon it, and the hangings of the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and the hangings of the court, and the hangings of the door, for the door of the gate of the court, which is by the tabernacle, by the altar round about, and the cords, and all the instruments of their service, and all that is made for them, so shall they serve. Verse 27. At the appointment of Aaron and his sons shall be all the service of the sons of the Gershonites, in all their burdens and in all their service, and ye shall appoint unto them in charge all their burdens. This is the service of the families of the sons of the sons of Gershon in the tabernacle of the congregation, and their charge shall be under the hand of Ithamar, the son of Aaron the priest. As for the sons of Merari, thou shalt number them after their families by the house of their fathers, from 30 years old and upward, even unto 50 years old. Thou shalt number them, every one that entereth into the service to do the work of the tabernacle of the congregation, And this is the charge of their burden according to all their service in the tabernacle of the congregation, the boards of the tabernacle, and the bars thereof, and the pillars thereof, and the sockets thereof, and the pillars of the court round about, and their sockets, and their pins, and their cords, with all their instruments, and with all their service. And by name ye shall reckon the instruments of the charge of their burdens. This is the service of the families of the sons of Merari, according to all their service in the tabernacle of the congregation, under the hand of Ithamar the son of Aaron the priest. Verse 34 says, And Moses and Aaron and the chief of the congregation numbered the sons of the Kohathites after their families and after the house of their fathers, from 30 years old and upward, even unto 50 years old, everyone that entered into the service for the work of the tabernacle of the congregation. And those that were numbered of them by their families were 2,750. And there, verse 7, these were they that were numbered of the families of the Kohathites, all that might do service in the tabernacle of the congregation, which Moses and Aaron did number, according to the commandment of the Lord by the hand of Moses. Verse 38, And those that were numbered of the sons of Gershon throughout their families, and by the house of their fathers, from 30 years old and upward, even unto 50 years old, everyone that entereth into the service for the work in the tabernacle of the congregation, even those that were numbered of them throughout their families by the house of their fathers, were 2,630. Verse 41, these are they that were numbered of the families of the sons of Gershon, of all that might do service in the tabernacle of the congregation, whom Moses and Aaron did number according to the commandment of the Lord. Verse 42, And those that were numbered of the families of the sons of Merari throughout their families by the house of their fathers, from 30 years old and upward, even unto 50 years old, everyone that entereth into service for the work of the tabernacle of the congregation, even those that were numbered of them after their families were 3,200. Verse 45, These be those that were numbered of the families of the sons of Merari, whom Moses and Aaron numbered according to the word of the Lord by the hand of Moses. Verse 46 says, All those that were numbered of the Levites, whom Moses and Aaron and the chief of Israel numbered after their families and after the house of their fathers, from 30 years old and upward, even unto 50 years old, everyone that came to do the service of ministry and the service of the burden of the tabernacle of the congregation, even those that were numbered of them were 8,504 score. That is 80. 4 score is 80. Okay, so we are talking about 8,580. Those were the people who were serving in the tabernacle. My goodness, 8,000. This church was big. 8,580 were just servicemen in there. Just imagine that being a church. You have 8,580 workers. My goodness, this is good. Now, verse 49, which is the last verse of Numbers chapter number 4, and our last verse for today says, According to the commandment of the Lord, they were numbered by the hand of Moses, everyone according to his service and according to his burden. Thus were they numbered of him, as the Lord commanded Moses. Again, another pattern we see here. Not everybody is being numbered or being counted or being censored in this family of those that will be serving in the tabernacle. It is those that are fit to serve. And being fit to serve, you are supposed to be from a month old up to 50. After 50 you retire, I think, or I assume. After 50, maybe you are supposed to retire or something like that. 50 years old who are supposed to just rest. Okay, so that marks our reading for today, day 35 of our Bible reading journey. Tomorrow, join me as we continue with this journey. If you are on YouTube, this should be your episode 88. So tomorrow we'll be coming for episode 89. So let's continue reading the Word of God. Let's continue interacting with God. Let's continue knowing what He has in store for us in this great book called the Bible. Until you hear again from me tomorrow, may God bless you, may God keep you, may God lift you higher than I am. Shalom. And lift the faith and keep the faith, and keep the faith.